Today is May 7th, 2025. Welcome to TrueTone News, where we deliver the facts with clarity, accuracy, and depth. Our mission is to provide unbiased, comprehensive reporting on the stories shaping our nation and the world, cutting through the noise to bring you the truth. Let's dive into today's top headlines, from escalating global conflicts to critical U.S. policy shifts with no agenda, just the facts. India-Pakistan. Tensions escalate. After Indian strikes in Kashmir on May 7, 2025, India launched airstrikes on 9 sites in Pakistan and Pakistan-administered Kashmir, targeting alleged militant bases linked to a deadly tourist attack in Jammu. Pakistan's military reported civilian casualties, including 7 deaths near Bilal Mosque in Muzaffarabad, and vowed retaliation, deploying fighter jets along the line of control. This marks the worst fighting between the nuclear-armed neighbors in over 2 decades, raising global alarms. The US and UN are urging de-escalation, but with no ceasefire in sight, fears of a broader conflict loom large. US trade deficit hits. Record high, fueling tariff policy debates. The U.S. Commerce Department reported a record $102 billion trade deficit for March 2025, driven by surging imports and declining exports amid global economic shifts. The Trump administration is pushing for a 10% tariff hike on Chinese goods to boost domestic manufacturing. But economists warn this could raise consumer prices by 3 to 5% and disrupt supply chains for electronics and automobiles. Congressional debates are heating up, with some Republicans backing trade protections and Democrats advocating for new market-opening agreements. The deficit underscores challenges in balancing economic growth with global trade dynamics. Real ID requirement takes effect, disrupting U.S. air travel. As of May 7, 2025, U.S. air travelers must present a Real ID-compliant driver's license, or alternative ID, like a passport, to board domestic flights, ending years of delays since the 2005 law. Only 60% of Americans have compliant IDs, and states like California and New York report DMV wait times of up to 6 weeks, risking travel chaos. Costs range from $10 to $80, raising equity concerns for low-income and rural communities. The TSA is bolstering airport staff, but disruptions are expected as travelers adjust. Trump announces deal to end Houthi. Attacks on Red Sea shipping. President Donald Trump announced a deal on May 7, 2025, to halt Houthi attacks on Red Sea shipping, secured through U.S. and regional mediators, including Saudi Arabia. The agreement includes a ceasefire, and Houthi pledges to stop missile and drone strikes, aiming to stabilize trade routes critical for oil and goods. Critics question its durability, citing Iran's influence over the Houthis, while supporters, including shipping firms, note that attacks had raised costs by 15%. Details on enforcement remain unclear, leaving the deal's success uncertain. Supreme Court upholds Trump's Transgender Military Ban. On May 7, 2025, the U.S. Supreme Court, in a 5-4 decision, upheld President Trump's ban on transgender individuals serving in the military, citing unit cohesion and medical costs. The ruling, backed by the conservative majority, reverses lower court injunctions, allowing the policy to bar new recruits and discharge current members under specific criteria. LGBTQ groups like the Human Rights Campaign condemned it as discriminatory, planning protests, while conservative advocates praised the focus on military readiness. The decision sets a major precedent for federal policy. U.S. plans migrant deportations to Libya via military flights. The Trump administration is set to deport migrants to Libya using military flights this week, targeting individuals from various countries to deter illegal immigration. 3 U.S. officials confirmed the plan, despite past U.S. criticism of Libya's inhumane detention conditions. Human rights groups, including Amnesty International, warned of risks like torture in Libyan centers, while supporters argue it strengthens border security. The policy has sparked debate over humanitarian obligations versus enforcement priorities, with no clear resolution. And now, for the key facts. India's strikes in Pakistan and Kashmir killed civilians, escalating nuclear-armed tensions. The U.S. trade deficit hit $102 billion, prompting Trump's tariff push amid economic concerns. Real ID rules began with 40% of Americans unprepared, risking air travel disruptions. Trump's deal aims to stop Houthi shipping attacks, but Iran's role raises doubts. The Supreme Court upheld Trump's transgender military ban, sparking protests. The U.S. plans military deportations to Libya, raising humanitarian concerns. Thank you for tuning in to TrueTone News, where facts come first and bias has no place. We're committed to delivering clear, accurate, and in-depth reports to keep you informed on the issues that shape our world. Please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications for daily updates. We're here every day, bringing you the stories that matter most, without the spin.